Hello, I'm Tim Gatland. I'm the Managing Director of RailSim Developments. We finished the development of Rail Simulator in conjunction with Kuju. We're now publishing the game across Europe and across the world. And our real job is to provide support to users of the game, but more importantly to help people create new content for the game, covering new routes around the world. We created Rail Simulator to be very extensible. The game includes a set of tools to allow people to create their own routes, to modify the routes that we've done, to create their own rolling stock, to create their own scenarios. And we see this as very much a community product. And then in addition there'll be commercial partners who will create specific routes and make them available through either online or as packaged goods as well. No, we absolutely had to start from scratch. Microsoft Train Sim was created in 2000, 2001, and obviously technology has moved on dramatically since then. So we started from scratch. We also wanted a very different design point. We wanted the tools that you use to create the game to be much more integrated, so that at any point in the simulation you can stop the simulation, start using the tools to recreate the world the way you want it to be, and then carry on with the simulation. So it's a very, very different engine from absolutely the bottom up. So no reuse, I'm afraid. Well, the number of people who worked on the project, when we added up the credits, there was around about 100 people that had worked on it, but not all of them full-time. The core team was around about 25 people, and they were working on it for around 2 years. So if you think 50-man years, plus a lot of additional help, a lot of advice from rail enthusiasts, from train drivers, that would add up to an awful lot of man-years worth of work. So it's a big endeavour. In each territory we tried to find a partner. So in the UK we partnered with First Great Western, who provide rail services for about a third of the country. Our German routes were supported by Deutsche Bahn, and then in North America we've announced a partnership with Union Pacific to provide the realism, because it really is intended to be a highly realistic simulation. So yeah, absolutely partner with local railway companies to provide the knowledge. And then for our historic route, we partnered with one of the preservation societies who have archives of all of the layouts of the track and the types of engines. So we went off to a preserved railway to see the steam trains, to record the steam trains and gather as much information as we can. So absolutely we work with whoever we can, wherever we can, but official endorsements from the major railway companies is very important. We've learned that local knowledge is very, very important, and we are planning to do a French route, but we need a local partner. We are working with one right now, but I don't have many details of that. But that local knowledge is so important. You need to know how French signalling works, how French scenarios, how their scheduling works, and to try and do that from a British point of view just wouldn't work. Similarly, Japanese. I think the Japanese market's very interesting. It's not a particularly PC-oriented market, so it's actually other countries in Asia are showing much more interest at the moment. So I would expect to see a Korean and a Chinese version or routes before I saw a Japanese right now. But we're working with all sorts of people all over the world, and people are working without really telling us. We found that one group was extending the route that we had provided, the historic route we had provided, by just adding extra branch lines to it, and it was news to us, and we were delighted, and we'll try and work with them to bring it to a wider audience. But that's great news from our point of view. As far as possible, somebody who creates their content should publish it in whatever way they want, and we will certainly encourage them to do that. What we want to provide through railsimulator.com is a way that people can find out about all the routes there are, and then find some sort of link to where they can get hold of them. Now, if a particular add-on provider wants us to, we will provide a channel for them to get it via either download or by, if necessary, working with other people to create box products. But we don't really want to mandate that we are the only publishing source for this. People can publish add-ons however they like, but we do offer a program that people can partner with us very closely, and we'll help test the product and we'll give it a level of certification, but that's optional. The tools that come with the railsimulator.com in the box are the tools that we think most people will use to hit the widest audience, and leaving out those tools that have specific technical requirements. So the basic tool set will allow you to create routes, your own route, model your own route, modify the routes we have, add new material. There are a set of additional tools that we then allow people to download. They're They don't charge for that, but it's kind of the next level. So we expect you at that point to have a lot more knowledge about trains. So if you're modeling a train, it's actually quite hard. You have to know about the physics of the train, how the controls of the train work. You have to be able to create animations of how the controls work. You have to be able to model cabs. It's not an inconsiderable effort to go into that. So we don't charge for those tools, but we do say, guys, you need to be aware this is quite hard. We can't support you. If there's a problem with a game, we can tell people how to fix it, we can patch it, whatever. But if you have a problem using the tools, it's really very hard for us to support. We don't know what you're trying to model, how you're trying to model it. But those tools are a complete set of tools. They'll allow you to create scenarios, create new trains, to package them up for commercial release. The only tools you'll need in addition are things such as graphics tools, so something like 3D Studio Max, 3D Canvas, or something like that. And those tools, you need a modeling tool. But no, the package for a train simulator is a complete package. Obviously, in the 5 years since Microsoft Train Simulator was finished, 6 years now, technology has just moved on. So the first thing is the graphical quality is several factors better. The quality of sound is better, sound cards are better, so the quality of the simulation is much more improved. There are a number of details we've added, more views, we've added modes of driving to make it very, very accessible. And one of the things we wanted to do was make train simulators really accessible to a very casual audience. So as we saw today, people really walking up, having never used a train simulator before, they can be playing in minutes. It'll take them years to master it, but you can get playing very, very quickly. So I think from the sort of playability point of view, it looks better, it sounds better. The tools are phenomenally easy to use, and they're fully integrated into the product. So literally, you're driving through a station, you decide that you don't like the way one of the buildings looks, you can stop the simulation, edit it, and then carry on. And do that in minutes. Seconds. It's very, very quick to do that. So those are the main differences. I mean, there are lots of details about extra things we provide and extra ways of doing things. The modelling of the interior of the cabs is now a full 3D model with working controls, so you can click on, drag things around. It's a modern simulator. Train Sim is beginning to show its age after 6 years, and this brings things up to date. No, this is one of those questions that comes up from time to time, and frankly, even if it were possible, the quality of what you would be getting would be Train Sim level quality, because the quality of the models you would be using would be old models. So I don't really see any benefit in doing it. It is possible to use the same basic model, so if you modeled them with 3D Studio Max or something like that, it would be possible to bring that model in and re-export it and use it. But by and large, we would say to people the benefits of being able to use old Train Sim add-ons didn't justify trying to do it. It's something we can look at again. Certainly people that have model routes for Train Sim find it very, very easy to then remodel them for Rail Simulator. The parent company does all sorts of game-related projects, and we have projects coming and going all the time, which I'm not heavily involved with. So my main focus at the moment is Rail Simulator. We are considering the new releases of the product, so there will be a different product for North America, including a new North American route. There may be a new version for Europe early next year. We are looking at including support for hardware such as RailDriver, the control box. So there's many activities going on with Rail Simulator. We will be looking at Rail Simulator version 2, probably for release in around about 18 months' time. There's lots we've learnt on this project. There's lots of new exciting developments that we want to make use of. So Rail Simulator 2 is on the horizon, and then we've some things that we want to keep quiet at the moment. And it's a great venue, and we've had a lot of fun. As always at exhibitions, it's really hard work, but no, it's been great, and people have been great. We've had real fun playing around, showing people the game.